Students, this is second adjustment in final accounts, that is outstanding expenses. Trial balance shows salary paid rupees 50,000. Adjustment says salary for the March 2014 was not paid. The amount is rupees 5,000. Students, this is the concept with which we have introduced the concept of adjustment. So the concept should be simple for you. This outstanding expenses should be accounted because of one fundamental concept called accrual concept. So what does that accrual concept says? If in the accounting period, if certain expenditures have been incurred, whether they are paid or not, okay, whether they are paid or not, if it is incurred, then it should be accounted, because the question of payment on time or not is a matter of cash flow management. If you have cash, you will pay. If you don't have cash, you will pay in future date. But the point is when this expenditure was incurred. So the salary which is incurred but not paid is an expenditure for that accounting period. Let whenever it be paid, but the point is when it was incurred in that particular point of time, it should be accounted. So what is going to be the accounting effect for this adjustment? We'll write, see, the salary for one full year or salary paid by the company till that date was 50,000. So salary paid is 50,000, whereas unpaid salary is how much? 5,000. So the actual salary expense for the company is how much? 55,000. So only when the company shows this entire 55,000 as salary in P&L, it will reflect true and fair view. Otherwise, it will not reflect the true and fair view. So when P&L is prepared, when profit and loss account is prepared, on the debit side, along with salary which will be shown at 50,000, this unpaid salary or outstanding salary, unpaid, outstanding are all same, should be added, and it should be shown as total of 55,000. This should figure on the debit side. The next question is, what is its effect on the balance sheet? In balance sheet, see, what is the nature of this unpaid salary? It is an expense, but it is not paid. If it is not paid, what does it communicate? It is a liability. If it is unpaid, it has to be paid in future. Anything which has to be paid in future is a liability. So on the balance sheet, on liability side, whatever be the unpaid salary amount, that should be shown. So entry, it will be on the liability side as unpaid salary, how much? 5,000. So the effect is simple. The first effect will be, it will be added with the corresponding expense, and the second effect will be, it will be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. So what is going to be the entry? Entry is simple. We are increasing the expenditure. By passing an adjustment entry for outstanding expense, we are increasing the expenditure. When the expenditure, what is the general nature of expenditure? It is debit. And what is the expenditure here? It is salary. So salary account should be debited to the extent it is unpaid, that is 5,000. So we have debited the salary account which will be transferred to P&L, and what is the liability we are creating? It is an unpaid salary account. Any liability should be credited. Debit all assets and credit all liabilities. And what is the liability? It's unpaid salary. So to unpaid salary account 5,000. So entry is simple. Salary account is debited and unpaid salary account is credited. When you debit salary account, the salary expense will increase, and when you credit unpaid salary account, a new liability is created. The third adjustment entry, prepaid expenses. Students, what is prepaid expenses? Okay, let's read the question first. Trial balance for the period ending 31st March 2014 shows rupees 20,000 as insurance premium, whereas there is an adjustment which says prepaid insurance premium rupees 5,000. So trial balance says the company has paid rupees 20,000 as insurance premium, whereas adjustment says there is a prepaid element in it. So to understand, we'll have a small diagram. Let us start this as point April 2013 and it goes up to March 2014. Trial balance says for this period insurance has been paid and it is 20,000, whereas the adjustment says there is a prepaid element, that is insurance has been paid for next year also. So the insurance is not actually for this 12 months, it starts somewhere in between and it goes up to next year. So out of this 20,000, 5,000 is for next year and only 15,000 is for current year. So will it be fair to account entire 20 as expense in the current year? Answer is no, because this 5,000 is for next year. So this 5,000 should be shown as expense only in the next year, so not in the current year. In next year, the company is not going to incur expense on insurance premium to the extent of this 5,000. So why it should be shown in the current year? Let it be removed from the current year and be shown in the next year. And how that is possible? It is possible by removing that 5,000 from current year, so that in current year we show only 15,000 and whatever is removed is kept as asset in the balance sheet. But question is, why it is kept as asset in the balance sheet? It is because it is going to give future benefit to the company. What is the future benefit? In future this company need not incur this expense again, right? So in future it can be shown as expense, but it need not incur this expense. So it's a future benefit. So for that reason, this 5,000 should be shown as asset and this 5,000 should be removed from the current year expenses. So we'll see what is the effect in P&L and balance sheet. We'll prepare a P&L. In P&L it will be shown insurance premium will be 20,000. We'll write less prepaid. And what is the prepaid amount? Prepaid is 5,000. So we'll show only 15,000 on the debit side of the P&L account. And the other effect will be on the balance sheet. In balance sheet it will be shown on the asset side. It is shown on the asset side as prepaid expense. What is the prepaid amount? It is only 5,000. So we'll show only 5,000. And what is going to be the accounting entry? Accounting entry is going to be simple. Here instead of writing prepaid expense, we can also write prepaid insurance premium. Okay. So the accounting entry is we are creating a new asset. So what is the fundamental concept? Debit all assets. So you are going to create a new asset. So you write prepaid insurance premium account debit. How much? 5,000. So by creating a new asset in the name of prepaid insurance premium, we are reducing an expense. Expense will always be debit, but when you reduce an expense, it will be credited. So credit the expense, that is to insurance premium account credit 5,000. So in this way we have debited and created an asset and credited and reduced an expenditure. So this is the adjustment entry for prepaid expenses.
Are you just a beginner in accounting? Are you struggling in understanding basic accounting concepts and techniques like double entry system, rules for debit and credit, journalizing process, ledgers, trial balance, rectification of errors, bank reconciliation statements, final accounts, partnership accounting, Company accounting? Then this course is for you. Accounting Basics, a complete study. Explore and enroll now at the most affordable price with lifetime access. See you inside the course.